Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan video. In this video we are going to be taking a look at the update that came from the producer's letter and basically discuss a little bit of the details that they submitted. So honestly, I don't want to talk too much about UI Goku, who was announced by the way, and I think is really cool. UI into MUI Goku. We'll talk about him a little bit, but I'll probably do a preview video on him and his banner in general. Right now, in terms of the actual content of the producer letter I want to focus on, I want to talk about the unification. So in terms of content that's going to be unified with the Japanese version, so basically going forward from the worldwide celebration, which is in August, we will have, end of August, we will have all the same new characters, the same campaigns and events, the same Extreme Z Awakenings, and the same Super Extreme Z Awakenings going forward. So for example, if JP would have released a Ultra Mega Super Yamcha that has Kaioken abilities, then what would have happened is we would have had the ability to now get that Yamcha instead of 6 months later. The Yamcha will come with a campaign that will feature new SBR stages, we'll share those, new ESBR stages, we'll share those, new Red Zone stages, we'll share those, new Blue Zone, etc. Whatever it is, we'll share it, so it will be pretty good. Easy A's will also be shared, and Super Easy A's will be shared. And Super Easy A's have basically kind of been shared anyway, so it's a pretty straightforward process. Now the content that will not be unified. So basically, anything that's currently different, okay? So like for example, if a character is a different rarity on global to JP, if a character is a different type, if a character is different in terms of their link skills, these will not be like changed. So for example, one of the ones is basically if there's a rare Gohan that's a strength Gohan that's currently available on global that's not available on JP, that Gohan will remain available on global. He will not become an int type Gohan like he is on JP. What you'll probably find is, especially when it comes to like passives or links or rarities and stuff like that, if it matters a lot, they fix it probably when they easy A the unit. The titles and designs of missions and events that are different from the Japanese version. There will be no difference between the rewards. So what this means in certain situations is basically, for example, if we have a pre-existing event that's only been released on global or has a distinct difference to how it functions on JP, maybe in terms of drop rate or treasure or something, these are not going to change. And then merchandise including discounted dragon stones and packs. So obviously they will keep the same global metric across the board in terms of discounting, in terms of pack purchases or ticket packs probably. What they don't state here, and what is going to be interesting, and they don't super duper clarify it, but it's tickets for summons. So will we still get summon tickets in terms of when we summon and discounts? But I think the summons will be matching. I think we will lose discounts and summons. I think this specifically references merchandising as in the construction of discount Dragonstone packs and ticket packs. So I think unification news is quite like intense. It's quite new. It's quite important. I think overall it is good news. I think it's clarity on what's going to change, because a lot of people are saying, well, what about this unit? What about that unit? What about this unit's links? What about it? It's very clear that they understand that the two different versions of the game are different, but the content they'll share going forward will be the same. So the units, the events, everything will be identical. The existing versions of what is will not change, and global will catch up on some stuff like we are now with the Jiren, with the Android 17, Easy A's, etc. Then of course they announced UI Goku, Goku Ultra Instinct Sign. So for this one, obviously, he looks really cool. He's really good, and he's absolutely amazing for a superheroes team. The big mechanic that he has, like as a unit, is his ability to essentially provide evasion in events where you can't have evasion. So that's his huge mechanic. Obviously a USS, Realm of the Gods, and Trusted Will lead. Also 30% characters who belong to reps of Universe 7, Accelerated Battle, Powerful Comeback. So huge coverage for Universe 7, reps, USS, etc. His huge mechanism, basically, and how he works is essentially he has like heavy levels of evasion, okay, and he also has very nice levels of damage reduction. Okay, he also guards all attacks within the same turn after receiving an attack, which is really good. He also launches an additional super attack within the same turn after evading an attack. He launches an additional super attack, so lots of additional supers, lots of defensive mechanisms here. But the huge thing is his domain. So he will activate his domain, Illustrated World of Void, Illuminated World of Void, which will raise Superclass Allies Ki by 4. But the big thing that this domain does, okay, is Superclass enemies and allies can now nullify attacks that are guaranteed to hit, making it possible to evade attacks. So this is huge, because what this means is now, for example, in situations where you had Strength UI Goku and AGL UI Goku, who are amazing units, but will run into a stage where evasion is disabled, then you have a huge problem. But not in this case. In this case, Goku will nullify that, and you'll be able to use those units quite easily. So that's really, really good. Obviously, he also has a transformation, which is amazing. He turns into Ultra Instinct, and overall was just a very, very powerful unit. Like I said, I don't want to dive into his details too much, but I think for me, he's definitely a very, very, very solid unit. So yeah, I think overall, I'd have to say that's a really, really good unit. Really, really, really good announcements, and I think overall some good clarity on what's going to happen going forward, because we know we're not caught up on everything. But I think it's good to kind of define these parameters. So let me know what you think about the unification, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.